Look at the way Nigeria is, and you are shaking me.
Good morning,
And you
Mr.
cannot even advise that government on what to do.
The government is not ready to take our advice.
Let's look at Imo State. All the hotels in Imo State have been booked by the governor in anticipation of the election. What do you suspect?
We are not going to expect voters apathy, but that's what a lot of people are talking about. That there might be desperately going to be a low turnout, given what INEC did. People have lost confidence in the election process in Nigeria. But that notwithstanding, of course, the monetary election is going to hold, but so most analysts are saying that there might likely going to be a low turnout because of past experiences in terms of people's vote are no longer counted. The ones that count depends on how much you put down there, as a money bag, to buy the INEC or to buy the judiciary. But we are going to see that experience come to play in Imo State, and likely anything can happen. We might see the incumbent finally put off completely because of what is going on in Imo State. Imo State has been in a very serious political and face-off with the labor union.
That will be making history. If the incumbent is
Yes, it can be. Yes, it is very possible. After all, look at how Pope himself came to power. We know how he came to power through some influences, some powerful forces from the Asura, led by the late Abba Kyari. So we are going to see people, who are already. You can see the system everywhere. People are no longer comfortable with APC government. A lot of even the Yorubas are complaining. A lot of people are complaining. Nigerians have been torn down. Their economic life has collapsed. Individuals are going hungry on a daily basis. As I'm talking to you now, there are issues everywhere. In terms of how to survive in Nigeria. It is a very, very, very unbelievable happenings. Most families are going. And in fact, I see the era of Buhari to date, and we are now in Tinubu's led government, so to say. My brother, this APC, we need to look at it, and you know that APC also is in power in Imo State, and the government, the APC led government in Nigeria has not done anything, and that's why we are saying that it is going to definitely affect the incumbent, and likely Hope might lose this election. I'm not saying
is Hope Uzodinma'S a popular candidate?
It's my own perception. I'm not saying it's judgment, but my view, personal view on that, opinion on that. Anybody can have contrary opinion to that. But what I'm saying is that these things boils down to the performance of the party in power. The party in power has failed Nigerians. Now that is just the gospel truth.
Okay, let's look at what is going to happen. The presidential yacht, it was said that they had delivered it before the appropriation.
Unless they want to do what they know how best to do, most times they rely on audio propaganda, to project, to launder the image of this government, but physically they are nothing to write home about.
Okay.
What I say is that if they are preempting that actually they are going to win, they should also go and think twice, because the system, everybody is crying presently in Nigeria as it stands now, and it might be a very big factor to the incumbent led by Hope Uzodinma'S, and it might actually affect his second term coming.
But lastly, the LSU president has said they are going to shut down the country over what happened, what transpired in Imo State. That the federal government needs to give an apology and also make it public on the NLC president.
That is barbarism. Whatever that happened to Comrade Joe Ajero is not something anybody can encourage, and Labour need to do something as a union to put a stop to that. Whether it is being led by some influential forces in Imo State or by the federal government or whoever. Like what Uzodinma'S came to made it public that he wanted to interfere with the politics of Imo State. I don't know how true is that, but that wouldn't have resulted to that kind of brutality, that was meted on him, as a man who is leading Nigerian Labour Congress. Ajero himself also I have some reservations too for him, on personal ground. I have some reservations. I think currently now he seems to be the worst NSC leader so far in the history of Nigeria. He seems to have lost focus. The whole thing, look at fuel, prices of things are going up and down. Look at the judgment that have been passed by the Supreme Court. Nothing is being done about it. Look at the kind of experience people are going through in Lagos State. Before you can get a room to live in Lagos State, you need to budget up to 1 million naira. Just face me and face you in Lagos State. So these are the things that Nigerian Labour Congress should be looking into. But unfortunately, Joe has failed Nigeria woefully. We can see how many times he turned down the protest. He also asked Nigerians to protest. At the end of the day, he was nowhere to be found. And even though paying the line to, at least control the system as at that time, people will go out in the morning to protest. At the end of the day, we will not know that Joe himself has called it off overnight. So that is where I am having reservations against him. You understand? As the worst NLC leader so far in the history of Nigeria, Joe Ajero is the worst so far. Look, in his tenure, Nigeria is experiencing damaging economic policies led by Tinubu, and he's not doing anything about it. And so far, Nigerians are seeing him just as a ceremonial NLC leader in that regard. But that does not mean that I am in support of what happened to him, going to Imo State to start at this time of electioneering campaign to start asking for increment or welfare package for Imo State workers. I think we have an NLC chapter of Imo State. He would have been in a position to say, okay, let the president of NLC Imo State chapter do whatever he needed to do, while he concentrated on how to, make sure that this government called APC does not strangle Nigerians finally to death. You understand? With their policies and carelessness, So, Joe, unfortunately, this thing happened, and Uzodinma'S came out and said it's middling. But that other means this thing can be done. So, the police and whoever that's involved should be, taken to experience the law. If they have not experienced it before, the law should take its place. And if it warrants them to make sure that NSC lead their protest that would destabilize whatever that is happening in Imo State in terms of stabilize. Yes, you know what I mean by destabilize. Uzodinma'S has failed now. APC government has failed. We don't need APC government in Imo State. They should get out. APC government has failed woefully nationwide.
Is that about APC or Uzodinma'S?
In Imo State, sir, you cannot separate APC from Uzodinma'S. What is running in Imo State is APC-led government. Is in Imo State, and APC at the national level has failed. It's the same thing in Imo State. I don't see anything that can be attributed to 4 years of work Uzodinma'S, even though that he came from the backdrop to become the governor. You understand? What we are saying is that we want to see changes. We are not seeing it. So if there's anything that can be done through the protest, whatever, to see a new change, a new governor, a new transformation in terms of leadership in Imo State, it's going to be a welcome development.
God bless you. God bless you.